We've been walking for hours. We've got to quicken our pace. The Lich King is defenseless without us.
I left many of my warriors at Icecrown before I came to find you, Death Knight. They will hold the line for as long as they are able.
Tell me, where are all of your people? Shouldn't there be Nerubians around here, undead or otherwise?
I've been wondering about that myself. Something must have driven them all off.
We did, you rotting bastards! We've been watching you all along!
Muradin's dwarves. Impossible. Doesn't anyone stay dead anymore?
We've been wandering this forsaken land ever since you killed Muradin and left us to rot Arthas. Our leader, Baelgun, led us into the ruined city to survive. But there's no way we're letting you in.
We have no time for these games. Saphiron, attack! Well done, mighty Saphiron. I wish we could take you with us, but the confines of the Dark Earth are no place for you.
The Lich King's time is running short. We must hurry.
Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers.
For Khazmodan!
A pint for every ghoul ye blast!
Finally.
Time
What
is
is it now?
fleeting.
Ah, at last. This is more like it.
Set off the charges! Blow the bridge before they get across!
Stop them before they...
That was for Muradin. Now you'll never get across.
There are other passages through the labyrinth, Death Knight. We will find another way.
Frostmourne hungers. No one... Tread lightly. Speak. No one orders me around. What is it now? No one orders me around. What is it now? This is more like it. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. No one orders me around. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally.
My
Speak,
might
fool.
cannot be matched.
At last. Tread lightly. No one orders me around. What is it now? Finally. Speak, fool. What is it? These Nerubians are your kin. Why are they hostile to us?
Many of us who fell during the War of the Spider were brought back to serve the Lich King. These warriors, however, never died. Foolishly, they still fight to liberate Nerub from the Scourge.
Tread lightly. No one orders me around.
I serve only
Tread
the
lightly.
Frozen Throne.
Gold. Speak. We should take this with us. Tread lightly. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally.
This place looks like an old storage silo. It's a dead end, Nubarak.
There must be a hidden passage somewhere. We Nerubians were crafty engineers in our time.
This is more like it. What is it now? Ah, at last.
This is an ancient Nerubian hoarding cell. We kept most of our treasures hidden in chambers like this. The passage to the lower depths lies just beyond this room.
Great. As long as we're here, we can take some of these items with us.
Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Ah, at last. Finally. Ah, at last. Finally.
Time is fleeting.
What is it now? Tread lightly. Faithless coward. Ah, at last. What is it now?
My might cannot be matched. By Nerub. Chinky.
Tread lightly.
Don't even try it, you bastard! That there treasure belongs to the dwarves!
This treasure belongs to the Lich King, little creature. We, his servants, shall take what we will.
What is it? Finally. This is more like it. Finally. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it.
This is for Meriden, you bastards!
Frostmourne hungers. Speak.
My might cannot be
lightly.
matched.
This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it.
It's them! Blast them!
At last. No one is around. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Finally. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers.
Damned undead! Slay 'em all!
Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly. No one orders me around. Finally. Frostmourne.
Shoot anything that shuffles or skitters!
Time is fleeting.
Speak, fool. At last.
My might cannot be matched.
Tread lightly. This is more like it. Speak, fool. No one orders me around.
I
Tread
have
lightly.
heard the summons. You must be.
No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers. More gold. This might help us later.
I remember you, evil prince. You're the one that killed poor Muradin.
Get over it already.
I won't let you through this door, traitor. The recent quakes have awakened dark things under the ice. Ancient, horrid things. We vowed to keep them locked where they are.
We'll take our chances, dwarf. We're going through that door, one way or another. Tread lightly. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. Ah, at last.
My might cannot be matched. I'll consume
What is
the
it?
living and the dead.
Frostmourne hungers. Now, Frostmourne. Speak, fool. Finally. You will know everything. I'll make sure you suffer.
I have heard the sounds.
What is it? For the Lich King. Ah, at last. Your pain will be legendary. This is more like it. Now, Frostmourne hungers. No one orders me around. This is more like it. Ah, at last.
Time is fleeting. Kinky, I'll see to it. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead.
What is it now? The air smells awful in here. Something doesn't feel right.
If the dwarf's story was true, there's no telling what awaits us in the darkness. This stairwell leads into the heart of the old Nerubian Empire. We must be cautious.
By all means. You first.
We have entered the old kingdom. Be wary, Death Knight. Whatever scared the dwarves still lurks down here somewhere.
Speak, fool. Finally.
Wait.
Frostmourne.
The towers on either side are rigged to fire bolts of frost. This hallway is a death trap.
Can't we disable them?
The circular hatch in the far wall is an aqueduct plug. If we can open it, the water might flood the firing mechanisms and disable the entire trap.
Gold. We should take this with us. No one orders me around. Ah, at last. For the Lich King. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah, at last. This is more like
Speak. By
What is it now? Finally. Speak, fool.
time.
Now. At last. I'll make sure you suffer. Finally. This is more like it. That's done it. Let's move. Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Now, Frostmourne. Frostmourne hungers.
My might cannot be matched.
Tread lightly.
Look, brothers. The traitor king.
Who? Me?
He is referring to me, Death Knight. These Nerubians will stop at nothing to destroy us.
At last. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Tread lightly.
I serve
What
only
is it
the
now?
frozen throne.
Frostmourne
Thank you, Great One. The rebel spiders captured my comrades as well. They're being held in a nearby chamber. Release them, and they will be yours to command.
last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is what at last.
You rise.
Speak. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Finally.
My might cannot be matched. I'll consume the living
No
and
one
the
will.
dead.
The Guardians are activating. Defend yourselves.
Frostmourne hungers.
The summons.
Speak. Speak. No one.
I serve only the frozen throne. I'll see to it.
What is it now? Tread lightly.
Speak.
No one orders me around. Faithless coward. At last. Fine.
Slay the intruders.
Last. What is it now? Frostmourne hungers. At last. No one orders me around. Speak, fool.
Your choice.
Tread lightly.
Time is
No
fleeting.
one orders me around. What is it now? This is more like it. Finally.
My might cannot be
Speak,
matched.
fool.
Speak.
No one orders me around. Tread lightly. At last.
Time is fleeting.
Speak, fool.
I have heard the summons.
What is it now? This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Speak, fool.
Time is fleeting.
Tread lightly. Speak, fool.
Speak.
Tread lightly. This is what
Death to the servants of Ner'zhul.
Frostmourne hungers.
Eggs of our young are incubated within those breeding pods. There's no telling how many vicious hatchlings they hold.
You are right. They're definitely hostile. We've got to destroy the breeding pods.
We could also seal the doors to shut the hatchlings in. Once.
No one orders me around.
Time is fleeting. Indubitably.
Tread lightly. Finally.
My might cannot be matched.
Speak, fool. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. What is it?
Time is fleeting.
Speak, fool. Finally.
I
Tread
serve
lightly.
only the frozen
No one
throne.
orders me around. What is it now? Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Now, Frostmourne. Finally. Ah, at last. Finally. Ah, at last.
My
Tread
might
lightly.
cannot be matched.
What is it now? This is more like
Drive the foul undead back to the surface.
finally. No one orders me around. Tread lightly. What is it now?
My might cannot be matched.
Tread lightly.
Speak.
No one orders me around. What is it now? No one orders me around.
My might cannot be
Speak,
matched.
fool. What is it now?
Speak.
Tread lightly. Ah, at last. This is more like it. What is it now? Finally.
Your time is now. What's done is done.
What the hell are they?
They are the horrors the dwarves spoke of. I thought they were only legends.
What?
They are the faceless ones.
What is it now? This is more like it.
I await. Yes, master. Make what's choice done.
No one orders me around. Tread lightly. No one orders me around.
The time is now. Make your choice. Binary.
Tread lightly. You will know endless torment. Finally, this is more like it.
Proceed. Yes, make your choice. My might cannot be matched. You rang. The time is now. Make your choice. I await. Yes, master. Proceed. What's done is done. Your choice.
What is it now? Your pain shall be legendary.
Speak. I wait.
Speak, fool.
I serve
No one
only the
orders me
frozen
around.
throne.
Now, Frost. Speak, fool.
You rang.
What is it now? Speak, fool. Ah, at last. Tread lightly. This is more like it.
Your choice. Binary.
No one orders me around. Ah, at last.
Must be.
Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. This is more like it. Tread lightly. No one orders me around. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. What is it now? No one orders me around.
My might cannot be matched.
Tread lightly.
I have heard the
What is it now?
summons.
Ah, at last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly.
I serve only the frozen throne.
What is it now?
My might cannot be matched. It cannot be. Forgotten one. Look to your defenses, Death Knights. Fight as you've never fought before. Must be. Time is fleeting.
Speak, fool.
My might cannot be
Tread
matched.
At last. No one orders me around.
Time is fleeting. My will choice. I have heard the summons. My might cannot be matched.
Tread lightly.
Proceed. I await. I have heard the summons.
Tread lightly. Frostborn hunger.
Proceed.
At last.
Choice.
Speak.
We cannot take them all. Hurry, Death Knight. Up the stairwell. Hurry.
We're running out of time, Anubarak. How far are we from the exit?
Not far. We have entered the Upper Kingdom. The exit should lead us to the base of the glacier itself. However, there are still hidden traps and pitfalls to account for.
Take cover!
Obvious.
The entire passage collapsed. There's no time to dig through this. I'll have to move quickly and find my own way out. Hopefully Anubarak and the others survived.
Frostborn hungers. At last.
I'll be singed if I get too close to those flames.
This is more like it. At last. Finally. At last. This is more like it.
I'll need this gold for when I reach the glacier.
Finally. At last.
More of the Nerubians' blasted mechanisms. I'll have to time this perfectly.
Frostborn hunger. Finally. Frostborn hungers. Finally.
Another quake?
Hungers. Finally. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Frostborn hungers. At last. Finally. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. At last. This is more like it. For the Lich King. Now, Frostborn. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. At last. This is more like it. Finally. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. Finally. At last. This is more like it.
I must find a way across this strange obstacle.
Frostborn hungers.
I'll ensure you suffer. You will know endless torment.
Finally. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. At last. Finally.
Anubarak, you made it.
I see now why the Lich King chose you as his champion, Death Knight. Few men could have survived this labyrinth alone.
Tread lightly. At last.
Speak. Another earthquake. We must hurry, Death Knight.
Last.
Something's breaking through. Defensive positions!
Frozen
No one orders me around. What is it? No one orders me around. Finally. Frostborn hungers.
What is it?
Time is fleeting.
Tread lightly. What is it now? Speak, fool.
Speak. I'll see to it.
No one orders me to be around. Now, Frostborn. Finally.
You ran.
Speak, fool. You will know endless time.
Choice.
What is it now?
You ran. The time is now. You may feel the sting.
No one orders me around. Ah, at last.
We're running out of time. We must find the exit.
Frostmourne
They're
hungers.
blocking the way to the exit. We'll have to fight our way through them to reach it.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers.
My might cannot be matched. By Neru.
No one orders me around. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Speak, fool. This is more like it.
I serve
Tread
only
lightly.
the frozen throne.
Speak. Frostborn hungers. Now Frostborn. Finally. Ah, at last. Frostborn hungers.
Speak. Kinky. I'll see to
What
it.
is it now? Ah, at last.
Time
No
is
one orders
fleeting.
me around.
By Neru. I'll consume the living
Tread
and
lightly.
the dead.
Frostborn hungers.
Speak.
No one orders me
I have
around.
heard the summons.
What is it now? This is more like it.
Now quickly, head through that door. The exit to the surface lies just beyond.
It'll be good to see the sun again.
Remember, Illidan and the true battle still await us in the world above. Hopefully our trek through the Dark Earth bought us the precious time we needed.